Many thanks for choosing us. Teshie Polyclinic has been shut down. It is among dozens of facilities flooded following this morning's downpour. A number of major roads in Accra, including Teshie, Weija, Teshie and its environs, homes, property, including vehicles, have also been washed away by the flood. Let's start from the Teshie area, where NS Ahimfo of MyJournalline.com is stationed there. And it's described to us the current situation there. We'll be getting more from the Teshie area when NS joins us. My colleague Perennial Flooding has also been checking the extent of flooding in Teshie, where we understand a major bridge under construction has collapsed. Perennial, what's the situation where you are?
We'll start again. At the bag. Downpour was serious, catastrophic in many areas. At the moment, we are in Teshie, Adowemli, where a bridge along the beach road spanning from La all the way to Nungwa just collapsed in. We have some of the people here who will tell us exactly what happened, but just to describe the situation here, this is one of the new bridges that was being constructed along the beach road, and this is in Teshie. But at the moment, the main road that existed before the new construction would have come through, as you can see here, has caved in. Eyewitnesses here have been telling me, giving me conflicting issues, but I have one person here who says he was here when it all began, taking the initiative to even block the road. Up ahead, if you get to, after the naval office, after the traffic light, you have to take a bend into Nungwa, into Teshie, and appear somewhere in Nungwa. That is the situation. So you can see in your visuals right now, the caved-in portion of the road. And not just what you are seeing, underneath the road as well, the sand has been scoured. The rainwaters have removed every single bit of sand. They're making it very difficult to trust and rely on for any vehicle coming through. I have Mate Ado here who will speak to me on what the situation exactly was around that time. Mate, how did this happen? What time was this? No,
4 o'clock
Okay, now so some bit of translation. Well, he tells me that over here the rains was serious somewhere 1 a.m. coming through to this early morning around 6 a.m. But this part of the bridge or this road came in somewhere around 4 a.m. Let me stick with that. So around 4 a.m. when you came here, what caused the road to actually came? Did you see that?
Yes, we are standing here. Let's stop for all the road said no car to don't pass here again because car to be no give him back.
She mean honey back home but me.
No, back with the beach and feel that village beaches I get beach when you have been and gutter and be you get by because
So he's been saying that one of the biggest challenges of the construction that is happening here is the new bridge that you are putting underneath the road is too small, and that is very evident here that the waterway here is floods the entire area, but this new bridge is just half of that particular expansion. They would have wished that it was bigger. Mate, no more came actually lole ko hu ba you know ni nakta ko
trailer government lole law make a fan back in the no let come about when you can one come na be abagbo no was stop lole je ke tumo ko me
ni cement lole me time no ba yibe
cement lole ba yibe tumo 2 o'clock am ke ba 2 o'clock am la di mu ba watch be no one pa fa wa na akwa be egbe awa.
Great. So Mate is one of the first people that were here just when this particular part of the road caved in. He tells me some heavy-duty vehicles used the stretch. At the time, the rains was serious, and that was what probably could have caused this part of the road, the portion of the road, to cave in here. Some of the residents have also been telling me that the design of this particular bridge, that it is way too small to contain the volume of water that comes through. There's a building here where probably the evidence of the height of the rains, what we're telling, that you can see a line on that blue building where when it rains, especially for a downpour like this, that is the level of the water. But this bridge is definitely not enough. I have one of those people who have been making those concerns on the construction of the bridge. But just by way of information, that some people from the construction company are here, the CGICOP folks. They are the people responsible for the construction of the beach road. Some of them are on site trying to assess the situation. Odupa, often no overview. Okay, me bridge here.
Bridge here. Any new joke about your magnetic beton. No, Kuesani. I'm a bluffo. Often a more bluffo. The bridge, the water is from the manet. It falls for the other side before it comes this side. So, when pressure where they come for this Aduemi community, the bridge where you do them, you have to raise them so that the handle is too big. But the handle is too small, so the side and side, when the pressure they come out, the water they pass side more than under the bridge. That's why it break the bridge. So like they open it more so that it can big. So if the handle too be tall, the water pressure way they can feel pass under. But now the pressure way come it pass for the side and side. That's why it break the whole the road.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So those are one of the concerns that has been making. That is here. The design of the place is here. So again, some people from the construction company are trying to do some work.
Papania Shali there, bringing us reports from the Teshie area. Let's move to Weija, where Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba reports that about a kilometer of eastbound section of the Accra highway has been rendered completely impassable. Maxwell Agbagba, what can you report from where you are?
I'm currently on the eastern bound section of the Accra-Kaswa highway. So this stretch is a 3-lane stretch actually, but now has been completely rendered unmotorable for motorists. So for commuters and motorists heading to the central business district and other parts of Accra, those coming from Kaswa, they are unable to use the stretch as it stands now, as the road has been taken over completely by this silt, which is usually washed down some of the hills here in this area. Standing on this silt feels like a quicksand, and as you can see, these two articulated tracks got stuck here in this mud. 3 people are currently in the articulated track, and they tell me that they've been here since yesterday evening when it started raining. You can also see from the other side some persons scooping water out of their shops yesterday evening. And what we are seeing now is that the water has even receded a little bit. So this is a better version of what happened yesterday. But as you can see, a whole stretch of road rendered completely unmotorable. And now what is happening here is that vehicles on this part of the road heading to Accra and the central business district have been forced to use this lane. They are now forced to use the western bound stretch. So the western bound stretch, the road leading to Kaswa and its environs, has been reduced to just 1 lane to a particular point. But as you can see, this is the seriousness of what we're talking about. That is how deep the ties of this articulated track sunk into this mud that has taken over a portion of the road. So this is it. And I don't know if you can see what is happening at the other side. That's a police officer.
The road blocked at about 30 minutes time. We didn't even know what happened. We are on the road at the moment.
Yeah.
We saw the rain is high and we said that we should park small and wait. Other the rain will start off, then we move. After 30 minutes, it just then happened.
Wow.
After that, we came back to remove all these things. We tried to move, we couldn't.
You couldn't move.
That is why we sleep.
So what are you going to do, looking at how deep your ties have sunk into this mud?
You see the situation for yourself.
Yeah.
Look at all the tanks and the ties.
Yeah.
Everything is taken.
Yeah.
So we don't know how to, unless they help us. They come to our aid. Otherwise, we don't know what to do.
Okay.
Because I even get some shovel. You see what we are doing.
Yeah.
We tried, but we couldn't. So we have nothing to do unless they help us.
Unless they help you.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. What's your name again? You say?